Good afternoon, my name is Conor O'Doherty and I play drums in Unbelievable Lake and also Callous Master. I've been playing drums since I was 13, so 17 years now, so well over half my life. First time I ever sat down behind a drum kit, I was 13 and I was in the music room at school, because that's obviously where the cool kids at school hang out, is down in the music room. And I remember there was this guy, would have been in third year, and there was this guy in upper sixth, and he was the drummer. He was the drummer in the school. And I remember just saying, I was like, he showed me how to play something, and he showed me this beat, just a normal beat, and I was just like, that's it. That's it. Like, that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna play the drums, and I did, and I just kept playing any opportunity I got. First song I learned to play the whole way through was In Bloom by Nirvana, and I can distinctly remember whenever I realised that I could play the whole thing along to the music from start to finish. I was so happy. Nirvana is perfect for that, for any instrument that you're learning, because everything is simple but it works. You get that sense of accomplishment whenever you have it done. First band I was in was whenever I was about 13, 14. It wasn't actually long after I started playing, and we would have done covers, bands like Chili Peppers, the Ramones, AC/DC, stuff like that. We were called Caustic, and then we were called Acoustic, and then other names. And then things just started getting heavier and heavier. We were bringing in more like Metallica and Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and things like that. And by the time I was in upper sixth, I was playing in like a thrash metal covers band, so we were doing Slayer and Anthrax and stuff like that, which was a lot of fun. Favorite drummer is John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. Just everything he plays, the dynamics of the way he plays it is really, really important. The power with which he plays it, he can make something technical seem very, very simple, and he can make something simple seem very, very technical. It always matches perfectly to what the rest of the band are playing, which I find, it's just a talent. He just had the knack of knowing what to play and when to play it and how to play it, more importantly. Other favourite drummers would be Neil Peart from Rush, Dave Lombardo from Slayer, and Pete Sandoval from Morbid Angel, probably be my favourite drummers. The best gig experiences for me have been opening for Damo Suzuki in the Menagerie last May. That was really cool because it was getting to play with a legend, like a proper legend of like the music business and far out music, like proper out there space cadet music, which was a pretty cool experience, getting to meet him and hanging out with him and stuff, and then opening for him. And one other time, one of my other bands, The Institute, which was an instrumental band I played in, we played in Draperstown, played in the Cellar Bar in Draperstown with Casper Rosa. And I just remember coming off and we were all just like, that was good. No, that was really good. So yeah, they're probably the two best ones that stick out. Actually, funnily enough, it involves supporting Casper Rosa. Again, we were playing with them in Lavery's, remember they used to do gigs up on the second floor or whatever it was, Tom's Lounge or whatever. We were playing in there and I, like a complete dumbass, forgot my drumsticks. So I normally use 7As and the only ones I could use were 5Bs, and like to me it was like someone had strapped weights to my wrists and I was trying to play the drums with these really heavy ones, and I was just, my fills were sloppy, I was like just not hitting everything that I should have been. It just sucked. It was just terrible. It really, really was. That's the only one I can remember standing out as being like properly bad. Actually, one time we played in Auntie Annie's, and we were on, I think we were headlining actually, and there was this new metal band on before us, and that was fine and all, but nobody had told us or anybody else that they had brought the backline, but they had to leave or wanted to leave after they played, so they just were like taking their stuff down, and we're like, lads, we're gonna go on here, and they're like, oh no, we're leaving after our set, like we thought we mentioned this, and we're like, what in the fuck are you doing bringing everything with you? And so we had to like try and convince them and like put together this back line to play, and then whenever we went on, the bar just cleared out, and I think it was 6 people watching us by about 5 minutes in, which never bothered me actually. People don't like what you're playing, that's their problem. But I just think after that, for that then to happen, it was just like, really? But no, we actually, in the institute, we used to clear bars out all the time, but it never bothered us. Drums is a lot of things for me, to me. It's hard to really describe unless you get down behind a kit. Even if you're not playing, just whenever you're sitting there and you're thinking like all the different parts of it, and just the physical connection. It's the fact that you're making music in a way, but it's a physical kind of music. It's not just through your hands or through your fingers or things like that. It's like it's harder than that. It's physical. You're getting out. There's a release of emotion and a release of energy whenever you're playing it. There's a way of communicating with people in a very simple but a very effective way. And that's in terms of what it does for me. But then I think that plays into what a drummer can do for a band, because a drummer can change a song in a way that other musicians can't. Like, every musician is going to be able to change a song in the way that the way they play it or what they play in it, but I think that the drummer can play it in a certain way that will completely affect the mood of the song, even if the other musicians play the same way or play the same thing. You have a lot more control over the dynamics of the song. You have a lot more control over the shading of the song. I kind of think of it as the way that the rhythm section of a band, kind of, there's an easel for the music, and the melodic instruments are providing the colours, but the rhythm section are almost shading it. Like, how deep are the colours, how light are it, how thick is the outline, how thin is the outline, is it watercoloured, is it washed over, is it thick oil painting, things like that. I find that you have a medium of expression that other musicians don't have. It's just a really key part of the band. It's something that's always overlooked as well. It's just like, the drummer just sits at the back and plays, and that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I'm not flashy I don't twirl my sticks or anything. Your job is to sit at the back of the stage and play and things like that, but you really are the anchor that's, I think, holding the songs together in a lot of ways. And a band is only ever as good as their drummer. There's no getting around that. We have an album recorded. It's getting mixed at the minute by Niall Doran, and that'll be out whenever it's ready. And then you can see us in Bandcamp. We've some demos and stuff up there from earlier stuff that's going to be on the album, and we're also on Instagram for various announcements and things like that.